I start my seeds a little early because I don't have proper grow lights. I have grow lights, but they're not that strong. I got them from Walmart anyway. The way I take care of them, when they get too big, I pot them back up. I dig the stem down into the ground a lot and cover them with dirt. So this is a start of my cabbages. This is my kale. I've had it in for about 6 weeks or 8 weeks. It's been a long time to get it to this point. So I'm babying these along. There's 2 in a lot of these seed holders. So I'm going to go ahead and divide them down again. My plan is to introduce these at the farmer's market in Tulsa this year. You can just like that. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. So I leave my grow lights on for 24 to 48 hours on these. Then I give them 24 hours off. That's just my system I have at the moment until I'm able to get better grow lights. But today at Bird Family Farm, we're doing an M.I. Gardner seed haul. Now, a lady I watch on YouTube turned me on to M.I. Gardner. Their seed packs are about $2 a piece, and they are $2. And it's the first time I've ever ordered from them. I've ordered from Baker Creek. I've got seeds at Dollar General. I've got them at Dollar Tree. I've got them at Walmart, at Tractor Supply, on Amazon, just whatever kind I'm looking for at the time. Or if I see some seeds I might like, I'll pick them up. Also, a really good option is the co-op, like your feed store. They have packs of seeds and they're huge. I mean, you can seed your garden probably for 10 years out of those seeds out of $1.50 package. So what I like to do with that, or what I'm going to do, is bust those down into individual seed packs myself and take them to the farmer's market in the early spring. So maybe I can sell some of those, a quarter, 50 cents a piece. I don't know, because it takes time to bust those down into different packages. Or find a gardener friend around Tulsa that likes to garden and I can just share, or we can share, because that's a lot of seeds. I got, when I started gardening 3 years ago, again, I gardened when I was about 20. I'm about 40 now. So I used to garden a lot when I was 20, but it wasn't a successful experience because I didn't know what I was doing. But 3 years ago, it was a very successful experience because I'm a little smarter now, and the internet. I mean, you can research anything and learn. Okay, so I gave me this little thing. Gardening, M.I. Gardner. Gardening is our craft. Use code SHARE10 for 10% off your next order. Oh, and I actually got 10% off this order for, I think it was Roots 10 or something, Jess's code. So that's a little 10% off. Thank you, M.I. Gardner. You're so sweet. I'm so stoked. You guys, I've been waiting on opening these seeds for, oh no, I got them last Saturday. So it's been a few days. And they have been running around on the table until I could get on here and show you. I'm so excited to share this with you. I know, it's great. Okay, so I didn't get very many tomato seeds because I actually have a few left from last year that, oh, actually from 3 years ago. And I'm going to go ahead and start those seeds. But the seed, this tomato seed, this is approximately seed count is 25. And I'll probably use 3 of these. So if I use 3 of these and I give 3 away to my friend Kayla if she wants some, because she got a greenhouse last year, then I'll still have 19 seeds. So that's enough for like 3 more years of gardening if I do it right. Huh? How cool is that? Giant Belgian tomato. Now I got this tomato because it looked really meaty. I'm not sure the flavor profile. It says an indeterminate. The Ohio heirloom is massive and overflowing with rich flavor, deliciously sweet. Now see, I like sweet tomatoes because the more acidic tomatoes give me little blisters in my mouth. sometimes because they're too acidic. I'm very sensitive to that. So this is a really great option for someone who may have a sensitivity to acid. So a sweet tomato is less acidic, I know that. Okay, deliciously sweet, perfect for juicing, adding to sauces, and fresh eating. So I'm going to sauce this baby. This is going to be my tomato sauce, canned tomato. Yeah, I'm really. Days of germination, 5 to 10. Days to maturity, 85. Fruit sizes are 2 pounds. 24 ounces to 32 ounces. So 2 to 2.5 pounds. Whoa. I can't wait because we're going to watch and see if this isn't the largest tomato I get out of my garden this year. Because my other ones I don't think are that big. They're not giants. But that says a giant Belgium. I'm so excited. And it's such a pretty tomato. It's a nice heirloom, kind of fluted, and gnarly looking. Oh, okay, what, you guys? Okay, now Brandywine. A lot of people around Oklahoma and a lot of gardeners that I've seen on YouTube and stuff, they're really high on Brandywine. And a lot of people sell Brandywine tomatoes, and they ask for Brandywine tomatoes. And I've never grown one before. So I'm going to see what the hype's about this year. And it says, Indeterminate, a beautiful beefsteak variety. So it's a beefsteak as well. It's a large tomato. They are sweet and acidic. So they're a little bit of both, but that's kind of probably what you want in some sauces as well. This would probably make a good salsa tomato. Okay, making them a delicious addition to BLTs, burgers, and salads. Ooh, the plants are indeterminate and will produce several pounds of tomatoes per plant. The twin of the yellow beefsteak, I didn't know that. It's a vigorous grower, and it does require staking. So the Belgian tomato is also probably going to require staking. Anything that's indeterminate is going to require staking. And I've been watching the Holler Homestead, and I really love what they're doing over there. They have a staking system, and it looks like a clothesline. They got a clothesline tease spread across their tomato patch, and a line, you know, like a clothesline running back and forth, and they've actually threaded those tomatoes from the clothesline. So I have really rocky soil. It's hard to get a T-post in the ground, but I believe I'm going to try to do that this year. I'm going to buy the products to the materials to make that happen this year. So like I said, I have rocky soil. I've tried to do a trellis of tomatoes. It's very difficult because you can't get a stake in the ground. Everywhere you need a stake for a trellising. So maybe that clothesline situation would work for me, and we're gonna try that out this year. I'm also branching into flowers this year, and I have quite a few flowers I picked up from like Stillwater Milling Company and the Dollar General and just all different places. I've ordered some from Baker Creek, and this is what I got from my Gardner. I got a mixed sunflower, so it's going to be a surprise. I may take these to market and try to sell some of them, but I know that when you enrich your garden with beauty, you want to be in it more. Last summer, right before the drought hit, right before summer hit really hard, it was like June 17th, I went out to my garden, and the babies weren't producing nothing yet, but the flowers, the wildflowers, all around my garden, it was just amazing. I sat there, and it was like God painted this beautiful picture just for me to see. It almost makes me want to tear up because I didn't plant those flowers, you know. God put them on the earth just for me. It was so beautiful. There were I think there were purple coneflowers, and maybe you know, purple flowers, blue flowers, yellow coneflowers, just an assortment of beautiful, gorgeous flowers just for me. So this year, I'm intentionally going to set some flowers. I have 4 garden spots. I have a 20 by 20, and then about 3 30 by 30s out there. So, and then I was going to put some around my little frog pond and then clean it up because it's overgrown and stuff. And I've got a cute little frog pond out there. And it has quite a bit of water in it in the spring and summer. And it dries up toward the end. But I thought about some borage. I ordered some borage from my Gardner. I did. Can't find it right now. Oh, there it is. Here it is. And it's a fuzzy flower. And I have a lot of deer out here. So the recommendation was to plant a lot of fuzzy flowers around, things that deers don't like. So it might deter them from eating your garden. But that's a different story. I've got this Lemon Queen sunflower. I've never done this one. I've never done sunflowers. Bright lemony yellow flowers at a light brown interior. Pollinators love the flowers and they look beautiful when grown with other plants. Often used for cut flowers, the Lemon Queen sunflower is cultivated from a wild variety found in native to North America. So that's great. Start indoors 2 to 3 weeks before last frost. Now I might just start these outside because like I said, I've got a lot of in-ground spaces. And if I can start it in the ground, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now okra. I have red burgundy okra that I grew last year. And it's actually the only thing besides squash that did good because of the drought. And I had okra for a long time. I didn't have squash for a long time, but I had this okra. So I grew this red burgundy okra, and it's pretty stiff. Like, I wouldn't pickle it because you'd have to pickle it very, very small because of the texture of it. So I went ahead and got this long pod Perkins okra. It says dating back to the 1800s, the long green pods of the Perkins okra are a true southern favorite that can be grown most anywhere. They produce early and abundantly on the plant while growing 5 to 6 inches in length, green in color, and a small seed cavity, which makes great, deliciously hearty okra. It's a tender variety, so this is what I'm going to use for pickling this year. Long Perkins okra. Now, Clemson spineless, I'll probably go ahead and get some of that too, because it's a really nice option for pickling. It has a soft texture. Or the red burgundy okra is great for storing in the freezer and dehydrating for soups, and that's what I did last year. Delice Della table melon. I've never grown this table melon. I'm just so excited. It's beautiful, very beautiful. So I got that one. I'm really excited to put this on a trellis and see how it does. I also got this tiger melon, and so once you grow these melons and you have your own seed, you kind of have melons forever. That's what I've heard. And it looks like a stripy little tiger. Cute little tabby cat color. It's gorgeous. And they're small. Tiger melon is a super small, very sweet melon with yellow and rust red stripes. Creamy, almost white flesh with very small seeds. Vines produce up to 20 melons. Wow. No more than a pound in size and having a flavor of banana, lemon, and cantaloupe. Very fun and easy to grow. So 3 weeks before your last frost. Yay. You guys, I'm so excited. I don't know if anybody else loves seeds as much as I do. I really love getting them. I'm also going to get into like a kitchen herb garden. So I got rosemary. I'm not sure if what this does. I've never grown rosemary, but I know I like it with chicken and possibly, you know, for teas and stuff. I'm going to start getting into that, medicinal teas. Rosemary is one of the most popular herbs used in the Mediterranean cooking. Rosemary can adapt to grow in dry conditions, making it great for gardeners that receive less rainfall, which in Oklahoma sometimes we do go into drought. So that's fantastic. Anise is like licorice. It's actually really good in stir fries. I'm not a huge black licorice fan, but anise also goes well in like apple cider. I've used it in apple cider. I used it in making apple butter, pear butter, plum butter, anything that you can use cinnamon with, you can almost use anise with for a deeper flavor. And I'm telling you that anise, that licorice flavor really, really pairs well with a with your apple, anything apple cider, apple butter, stuff like that, apple pie filling. So I'm really excited about that one. Parsley, this is going to be fun to grow. I've never done a parsley. The variety of parsley is a very dark green with closely curled leaves. Best suited for a garnish. Oh, you could probably eat it too. The plant is heat tolerant and cold tolerant. Whoa. Hello. Withstands freezing temperatures consistently before going dormant. Oh, so it's a perennial. I mean, yeah, it's a perennial. This is a favorite to add to juices, smoothies. A little goes a long way. Delicious dried or fresh. So I'll probably dry some of this as well. That's beautiful. Triple curled parsley. Never done much herbs. One thing I remember in my dad's garden when I was a kid, I grew up in a gardening family in the country, so I'm kind of familiar with it. I never did a whole lot when I was little, but I watched, I learned. And he had probably a little 10-foot section of his garden, because he would grow in little sections. He'd grow 10 feet of, dill. He'd grow so many feet of beans, so many feet of okra in the same row. He had about a 1/4 acre garden, and he would tend it when he got off home from work. And then Mom, when she came in from work, and when it was production time, she would can it. And so I was around that system, and I saw it. Now, I'm the main gardener in my family. I do the sowing, the seed starting, the planting, the cultivating, excuse me, the harvesting, the processing. So it's a bit difficult to do it all by yourself. I do have 2 children in the home, and they help me with the gathering. And hopefully maybe this year they'll help me with the processing if I'm lucky. So dill, Mammoth Long Island dill. Now these are huge bouquets. A fragrant herb that is pollinator favorite, grows up to 3 to 4 feet. Ferns are large and produce umbrella-like blooms that infuse the breeze with pleasant aromatics. Oh man, perfect pickling variety. Leaves, immature flowers, and mature seeds make the ideal pickling spices, and must have in a garden or for pest control and beneficial insect attraction. So, pardon me. I've seen some butterfly caterpillars on this in videos, and so I'm excited to see if they come on mine too. And then I got just regular bouquet dill. It's the regular variety. I'm excited to see what that mammoth does. So the mammoth to the regular, see, mammoth is more prolific. So we're going to check that out. Chives, I've never grown chives. I've always wanted to, because I cook a lot. I don't buy chives. I just use onions and garlic in my cooking. The chives would be a nice addition. And they look pretty. Purple, those are gorgeous. The little scapes on them. Those are cute. Okay, bee balm. I have been warned about bee balm watching YouTube videos, and they say it is a bully. They say you should put it in a container. So I might make a little 4x4 bed and just do bee balm in it. It is gorgeous too. Purple is my favorite color. Eggplant. Now, I am not a fan of the bulbous Black Beauty eggplant because there's too much. I don't know. It's just too big. I have a hard time using that much eggplant. But now these would be perfect for dehydrating to put in soup later. And once you dehydrate a vegetable, it changes the consistency once you put it back into soups. If you have a texture issue, like things like slimy okra, mushy eggplant, if you dehydrate these things first and then don't rehydrate them before you use them in your cooking, they soak up less water, so they're more crunchy, so you can enjoy these things. I have a texture issue. I like mushrooms, I like squashes, but I don't like mushy squash or, mushy eggplant. And when you cook it down into a, pardon me, allergies. When you cook eggplant down into like the Parmesan, sometimes it tends to be a little too mushy for me. So I'm going to dehydrate these and see if I can't come up with a recipe that's less mush, honestly, so I can enjoy eggplant, because I really, really want to. It's not something that I really have enjoyed before. I would love to do that. This eggplant variety is an absolute beauty. Long, slender with deep purple. Can grow up to 30 inches long. Great for slicing with the most uniform slices because of its unique shape. Perfect for eggplant parmesan, ratatouille, or even grown or thrown in soups. See? Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just cooking the eggplant parmesan too long. That could be operator error on my part. Pardon me. Vera lavender. I've never grown lavender. See, these are some really exciting things that I haven't gotten into before. Germination 65 to 70 degrees, 18 to 21 Celsius. One of my friends said she put her lavender seeds in the ice box first, kind of like a person would do garlic if they were growing it in the South. So it could get that cold dormancy and then push out and make it flower or make it germinate. So we're going to see about that one. This common English lavender is one of the most commonly used varieties in soap making. Hey, soap. We've got some lard, so maybe we might make some soap in the future when we process our other pig. Essential oil production, tea making, baking, and anything that requires a highly fragrant oil content. Lavender will flower the second year. Oh, and provide abundance of flowers with a deep violet hue. Okay, so this is a 2-year project. So this is probably going to go in a small space as well. Probably a pot or like a little 4x4 area so I can keep it in check. I've got the in-ground gardens, but I don't have garden beds per se. I'm a row-by-row gardener. So maybe some of those Vigo beds, like Vigo beds or something. Or I don't know, maybe some tires just to throw some dirt in to keep it contained. Because when you have a plant that you're going to have to spend 2 years on, for my row-by-row garden situation, it would be easy for me to till over that, forget where it was. Oh, where did it go? You know, and ruin that. So, I have to figure that out. That's funny. Now, celery. I saw on the row-by-row garden people, what was his name? I can't remember his name right now. Lazy Dog Farm. Anyway, Lazy Dog Farm. He had some celery in his bed. I watched him this year. And what he did, he was picking celery before it was a big head. And I didn't know you could do that. Which that would kind of be perfect if you were a cook, that you cooked a lot of food and you need it for aromatics, but you didn't want to handle the whole stalk of celery at one time. And yeah, or you didn't want to wait that long. You could harvest your celery early. I had no idea that you could do that. But this is what we're going to do with it this year. Utah tall celery is a massive variety of celery capable of growing bundles nearly a foot in diameter. Are you kidding me? The photo is one that we grew last year and it weighed almost 5.5 pounds. Are you kidding me? I've never seen one that big. I've never grown this. I'm so excited. Start indoors. Now. Start indoors 8 to 12 weeks before last frost, baby. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Maybe I should go back through these and look and see which one should be 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3, 6 to 8 weeks on this. So we know we're doing that. 6 to 8 weeks on that. So we know we're doing that. 4 to 5 weeks on the okra. I don't seed start my okra. I live in Oklahoma. It's hotter than a Dickens here, so 3 weeks on the table melon, no. 3 weeks on the tiger melon. 10 to 12 weeks on the rosemary? Yeah. We gotta get that out. After the last frost, direct sow and ice. Okay. 3 to 4 weeks for the parsley. I better go ahead and start it because I got a slow starting situation over here. Okay, deal. My daddy never seed started anything, really. 4 to 6 weeks on the bee balm, and we might start that. 4 to 6 weeks on the chives, and we might consider that. 6 to 8 weeks on the eggplant, yes. And 4 to 6 weeks on lavender, yes. Okay, so these are the ones I'm going to already seed start. That's quite a bit of seed trays. But like you don't have to plant a whole seed tray. You could plant a little. I'll show you. You could get one. See, it's time to repot these because the stems are spindly, kind of leggy. So what I do is I take this out. I will separate it, and I will bury it up to its neck again, and I'll put that inch of stem under the soil, forcing it to grow more. And that's how I keep repotting them. Even if they're in the same pot, the same size pot, I will take it out and I will put that little more stem down in there. And that's how I do mine. Instead of stepping them up, you can step up this plant in the same pot 4 times. If you don't have a good grow light situation or a good, environment for growing, you can actually repot this in the same pot. Just put the stem deeper in the soil. It's okay. Just if you had to push the roots down just a little bit, try not to bend or break the stalk. Shove that down in there. Repot it. Well, I was saying, you could put, I'd say I could put 6 lavender in one little pot. So that's going to save you some space. You know what I mean? And then you could just repot it up into separate pots. You could separate it and put it down in the same size pot. So you could pot it up again. Maybe put 3 in each next time, until you can do more or put them out. So that's what I would do. Okay, so these are going out. These are waiting till I can plant them outside. Carrots. Carrots are next. I've got some purple carrots because I saw, I think Baker Creek, they have a really huge variety of purple carrots. They did carrot juice with these purple carrots, and carrot juice is my favorite juice ever. I haven't juiced much, but I like oranges, apples, grapefruit, celery, cucumbers, carrots juiced, and I've done those things. Pardon me. So I'm really excited for this purple type carrot, for a purple type juice, because it's just cool. All right. This variety produces sweet, long carrots around 1 inch in diameter. The purple carrots are cold hardy and will overwinter well in the ground in most areas. Grown for its showy color and vibrancy, it has an added bonus of being one of the most nutritious carrots out there. Packed with antioxidants, the purple carrots then sliced show its bright orange-yellow color, making it a beautiful addition to any meal. Pardon me. So I'm excited for those. It does have a yellow center though. I think the ones in my Gardner or Baker Creek had were all purple. But this is cool. I can't wait. It's going to be a groovy color. And you can overwinter carrots, and I've actually done it before. And they say 3 to 5 weeks before last frost, 3 to 5 weeks before last frost. So these are in the, I'm not going to start them in pots. You just put them out 3 to 5 weeks before the last frost, and they'll be fine. As long as you can remember where you put them. I've even seen people put boards over carrots to help them germinate. I don't know. You have to look that up. I'm not really good at that. Napa cabbage is like a tall cabbage. It doesn't head. I've never done this before, but I'd like to do some kimchi because I was gifted a fermenting crock for Christmas. It's got these little weights that you put, you get your brine in here and your cabbage, put these weights on it, and put water around the top. And we got that on Amazon. I think she got this on Amazon for me for my birthday, for my mother-in-law. No, for Christmas. For my mother-in-law. So excited. That's a 2-quart crock. So we're going to be doing lots of ferments this year. Napa cabbage. Then I got late flat Dutch cabbage, which is a very large variety. You can't tell in the picture, but this is huge. Brought to us by German immigrants, the flat Dutch cabbage is a large heading variety for storage. Okay, so that's good. If you had a cellar or something, you could put it in a cellar. The rich green heads grow to between 10 to 15 pounds with a white interior. So I'm really excited about this. I have those little seeds that I showed you at the first. Those are round early cabbages. And I grew those 2 years ago. They're about this big, about as big as your head. Not like that. Maybe smaller than your head, And they're a nice cabbage for, a small family, for a fried cabbage at night. One goes really well. Or if you're going to make a cabbage soup or hamburger cabbage soup for a few days, grab you a couple, and your family can eat on that if it's a small family, like we have a family of 4. So a batch of soup like that with 2 heads of cabbage and a pound or 2 of hamburger meat will go several days. Whatever you don't eat, just can up. I'm excited about that. Broccoli, I'm not really good at growing broccoli. I think because my garden wasn't that fertile a couple years ago when I did it. And then I didn't know when to harvest it, so it flowered out. Learning. When the heads start becoming a little looser, and you can tell then they're going to start flowering, and you better harvest it or use it no matter what size it is. But these tend to need a lot of compost and nutrients. And 2 years ago, I didn't really have the understanding of soil health like I do now. Because we've got a lot of chicken manure out there. We're going to start doing the beds. I'm going to bring in some compost, and we'll see how those go. 8 weeks before outdoor planting. So yeah, those are going to go in the start pile. I'm excited about this one. And I'm going to go to the farmer's market with this sucker if I can get some good size heads. Purple broccoli. I bet they're going to go crazy over that one. 8 weeks before last frost. Mostly used for sprouting, but once full maturity is reached, dark purple heads will form. Eaten fresh, these will retain their hue. However, once cooked, they will turn green again. Good job. Lemon basil and dark apple basil. So, in these basils, I just usually plant them out. It says you can start them 6 weeks before the last frost on the basil. So I might get a couple of these little pots and start some in it. Just kind of sprinkle some down in there. About 200 seeds. So I'll put several seeds down in one little pot and let them start. So that is my seed haul for this year. And I have got quite a few I'm going to need to start early and find a place to put. Now that cabbage, let's say 6 to 8 weeks. Yep. Okay, so what we're starting early. Oh, I got a lot of work to do, you guys. Purple broccoli, starting early. Regular broccoli, starting early. Napa cabbage. The carrots, where these are going to go in ground automatically. In ground. Basil, I'm going to do little pots a bit. Okay, so those are eggplant, early. Chives, bee balm, parsley, rosemary, tomatoes, celery, and cabbage. So I've got a lot of work to do. I got 27 packs of seeds. It was less than $50 with a 10% off code. So if you enjoy buying a lot of different seeds, this is a good option. And my Gardner's a good option. If you like rare seeds, or, you know, Baker Creek's really good. And that's who I've ordered from so far. There's a lot of seed companies out there. Just look around and try different ones. And then come on and show everyone your seed haul. I'm Marlene, and I really love you guys. And I cannot wait to talk to you again. Bye. Happy gardening in 2023.